Hey there, if you're listening to this podcast right now, you're probably into cryptids and monsters. Well, if you have a creative spark, you can always join us in our first ever Supernatural Selection zine project. For 2024, we are doing cryptid encounters, where you can draw or write a encounter with a cryptid of your choice, and we'll put it in the zine. The current submission window is from early January to late June. If you're interested in finding out more, you can always go to supernaturalselectionpod.com/zines. That is ZINES. Now back to the show.
I don't know why you want all this on record. It's just, future evidence against us.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's future evidence against all of us in case one of us goes rogue.
Well, you're worried about being on record. I'm worried about ennui.
Oh, I am nothing but ennui.
Yeah, so, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Distraction Hole. You can listen to my dulcet tones. I am Mike. I couldn't do this show just by myself because that'd be awfully boring. So we also have David. David, how are you faring this eve?
I'm doing fairly well. I just watched my femdom anime, so I'm good.
Well, I'm sure we'll talk about that later.
Wait, femdom or femdom?
Femdom. Femdom, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Is that like a Femi Gundam?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's a market for that, yeah.
I mean, yeah, isn't that the Witch of Mercury?
Yeah. No, I was just rewatching Nagatoro, but that's not what my topic is tonight.
That is definitely femdom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not femdom, that's femdom.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And Kevin, how are you?
I am exhausted, my legs hurt, and I'm itching to talk about geek stuff. Like old school geek stuff.
Like biting the heads off chickens? That's old school geek.
Yeah,
Sword swallowing.
Yeah.
Nope, just the chickens. Two
Tattooed
bits of gander.
If you were a geek, what geek would you be?
I would be the chicken head biting guy because it's the closest you could get to nuggets back in the 1900s.
True. What about you, David?
Well, why are we doing the game so early?
No, this is just a spontaneous thing. It's like,
I don't know. I think, like, for cool factor, like, I feel like the guy who breathes fire probably gets laid a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You get all the chicks if you're the fire-breathing guy. The chicken head guy, not so much. You find your one girl.
The sword swallower gets all the dudes.
Yeah.
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 And that's nothing wrong with that.
No, of course not.
They're just saying if you want chicks, you breathe fire. If you want dudes, you swallow swords.
Well,
or you go after a kappa.
Well, now I want to go watch Freaks again.
Wait, are we talking about the one with
Todd Browning's
Alex
Freaks?
Winter? Wait, what?
Todd Browning's Freaks, the guy who directed Dracula.
Oh.
Gooble
that
Gobble,
one. No,
Gooble Gobble, one of us.
Yes, okay. I always get Freaks and Freaked confused. And because it's the Alex Winter movie where he gets turned into half a mutant. And, like, the bearded lady is literally Mr. T in a dress.
You know what? I love it when Alex Winter does weird shit, because he's got that new movie he did with Jonah Ray Rodriguez.
Yeah, All Neighbors Must Die? Destroy All Neighbors, that's it, yes.
Yeah.
I gotta see that. I love me some Jonah Ray, and I love me some Alex Winter, and yeah.
I would be the deformed baby in a jar.
Jesus, Mike. Fuck. Mike's a Fiji mermaid.
Yes. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the wolf. No, I'm not hairy enough to be the wolf boy.
I could.
You have the
I could
feet
be
for the wolf boy. Wait, you could?
Yeah, I'm pretty hairy. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
like I have a lot of hair on my head, but I've just,
You
I'd
have
say
hair
normal.
on your body.
I have normal amounts of hair
Okay.
on my body.
Fair. Yeah, you're not dating.
I don't have the hairy back.
It doesn't look like you're wearing a sweater under your shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to refrain from commenting.
I'm bizarrely smooth.
I was gonna say, other than in my shirtle area, other than like the center of the chest, it's all very bare.
Mike, get this episode under control.
The body hair podcast where we discuss body hair and nothing but body hair.
Body hair and grooming.
Do you wax your chest hair?
God, let's move on.
3 tips for styling your pubes.
Put a bow on your chest hair. Make it thimmy.
All right. I forget. Do we need to do anything before we get to our things?
No, not particularly.
I kind of think we just did.
So I introduced David first, so I guess I'll go with Kevin. What you been doing this week? Or 2 or 3, however many weeks it's been since the last one we've done.
Oh, man. Okay, first off, back on... I decided I wanted to try older Bethesda games, so I started trying to play Morrowind. Mm-hmm. You guys ever tried to play Morrowind?
Oh, no.
Oh, it is some esoteric fucking shit in that, like, it doesn't... I heard someone say that the leveling system in Morrowind is more complicated than all of Skyrim. And
Is that true? You like a moth to the flame?
Well, no, it actually drove me away like a hobo from Flame. So I started playing Oblivion instead. Yeah. And first off, I love that because you can increase your acrobatic skill by just jumping everywhere.
So you're living your inner house of pain.
Yeah, so I jump around. And the thing is, I can now jump like 13 feet in the air, and I'm only level 2.
Bethesda. So which one is the one with the really ridiculously big map?
That's Daggerfall.
Okay.
Daggerfall is literally all of Tamriel. Skyrim is the 5th game. Morrowind's the 3rd game. The 4th game takes place in Cyrodiil, and Daggerfall is everywhere. You can go to all of those places.
Yeah, I can never get those, the Elder Scrolls games, in order.
The only reason I know them now is because of Clint from LGR doing reviews of them. Mm-hmm. But, Oblivion's sort of a nice combination between Morrowind and Skyrim, but then I still will go back to Skyrim because I'm like, oh, this is just so much easier to do.
Kevin has an addiction. The only cure is more Skyrim.
I have a fever. But,
here's the thing. If you got paid to play Skyrim, would that be a Skyrim job?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry, lowest common denominator. I'm so sorry.
Thank you for naming my new YouTube series when I start playing Skyrim on there.
Kevin's going to do an LP of Skyrim.
Yep, the Skyrim job. Other than that, I have been in a very old school nerd hobby kick lately. And I dove down into the lore hole of Warhammer 40,000, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh, yeah, no, I decided, hey, let's read about space fascism. And
Kevin is now broke and in like $40,000 in debt. Warhammer 40,000
surrounded in minifigures and...
Well, sort of. So I wanted to buy a squad of Marines to paint.
Like I said, in debt.
And I did buy a set of paints. And then Mike did me a huge solid and reminded me, hey, man, every figurine Paul owned is in the garage, including the unpainted ones.
Oh.
I was like, oh, yeah. So I went out there.
Because I hate to see a friend like spend all their food money on Warhammer.
Yes. So I went out. I found 2 Marines. I found one. Mike, what's that one dude? A captain?
Yeah, so one of them...
He's super detailed.
Yeah, it's from the starter set. I believe it was called like the Assault on Black Reach or something like that. Black Rock something. But yeah, those one of the editions. starter editions that came with like a bunch of orcs and a bunch of marines.
Yeah, but I saw this guy. I was like, ooh, that looks like a challenge. So I
Yeah.
grabbed him. And then I found, what is it, like Mark III or Mark IV or something armor? It's the Space
The
Marine
beakies.
that had the beak. The old beaky masks. That's why the orcs call them beakies.
And this isn't just so they've done beakies all through the years. Like they'll have, veterans or something. But this is a rogue trader beaky. So put it this way, it's made of yellow plastic. So rogue trader was plastic, but then later pretty much all their stuff was pewter as far as, the actual figures go. A lot of times they had, like, especially for Space Marines, they'd have plastic arms and shoulder pads, but still the main figure itself was pewter.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the date for when it was originally released, but I am not finding it. It was like the late 80s, early 90s or something.
Something like that. I remember I bought a bag of, I think it was one of our friends when we went to Coast Con all those years ago. He bought like a bag of Rogue Trader Marine bits, and I think I got a couple of them off of him.
I love the idea of Warhammer. I follow a bunch of the lore channels, and that's about as far as I'm willing to go because right now I just really got into tabletop gaming again, and I'm already finding myself shopping for dice, and it's like, no, this isn't good. This isn't good.
Yeah,
I cannot.
Guys, October 1987.
Yeah,
this is a figure from 1987.
It's older than I am.
Wow.
No, wait, no. It's I'm older than it, just barely.
Don't make me feel that bad. But yeah, no. So I found the beaky, and I was like, all right, well, that's what I'm gonna paint because he's gonna be real easy because he's low on detail compared to the others. But then I realized, you know what else I got back with all Paul's figurines was my orcs that I gave him when I quit playing.
Yeah, when Kevin quit, he gave Paul all his stuff, and Paul really went ham with the orcs, I can say. He but then again, that kind of spoke to Paul. His, like, because the orcs
silly.
are the orcs are a blank canvas. You can do whatever the fuck you want with them.
Yeah.
Yes. So I didn't know Paul, but he, from everything I've heard about him, he has chaos gremlin energy.
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
definitely.
God, yes. So, like, there's one army out there. It's the only army that his son wants us to send to him somehow. And it is an army of orcs that are all wearing blue jeans. Because, as he put it, a cargo shuttle of blue jeans crashed on their planet, and they raided it. So they're all wearing Levi's. So, but anyway, I found my orcs, and I found like 5 or 6 of my old pewter figurines, and like glued the arms back on, and I'm gonna base coat them and try to paint those. And I'm not really planning on playing the game. I just kind of want to paint them,
That's also like a whole thing. There's like whole communities of people who don't play the game. They just fucking hate the shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm reading up on the lore and shit, but, I just want to paint again.
There's also the opposite. There are a lot of people that, can't really or don't want to paint or assemble. They'll buy figurines
and they'll
just
pay
to
someone
play the game.
to paint the figurines for them.
Yeah. The Dungeons and Dragons group I'm in, the guy who hosts the game, he big in the Warhammer scene here in Southern California, and that's what he does. He does custom paint jobs. So he has like his entire painting area over near the gaming table, and
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, so that's one thing, but there's another thing I've been doing, and this is also like real old school. Because of Baldur's Gate 3, I got to thinking, what the fuck is the deal with Forgotten Realms? Like, it's now the default setting for Dungeons and Dragons, but it wasn't always. So I ended up on this wiki spiral, and it turns out that originally when Gary Gygax started it, there wasn't a default setting, but what became the default setting was the world he made for his party, his games, his gaming table. And it ended up being called Greyhawk because of Castle Greyhawk in the game. And It was sort of piecemeal, stuck together over the years. There was no unifying guiding force. It was just whatever. We're going to stick this in there. We're going to stick that in there. Here's some rules for playing samurai, shit like that. And then Gary Gygax left, and they were looking for a new campaign setting. And this one dude, I cannot remember his name, used to stare out the window as a kid and came up with this whole fucking fantasy world. David, sound familiar? The kind of shit you and me used to do?
Yeah.
I think everybody as a kid did that.
Oh, yeah, but, we also didn't hang on to it, write it down, draw maps, up with, that's whole shit like that.
It's like, spurgly areas of
and maybe
childhood.
He was. I don't know.
Well,
but
and then also that would include me, because I still have, childhood drawings of stuff that I'm still working on today, so fuck.
Well, see, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but also Spurgy.
Sure, but what's wrong with Spurgy?
I mean, I wasn't using a pejorative.
We kind of when we say Spurgy, it's kind of a compliment because we're Spurgy as fuck.
Yeah, no, we recognize our own.
Yeah,
we
smell
more
our
of an
own
observation than a denouncement.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, anyway, dude started submitting stuff about this fantasy world to Dragon Magazine, and they contacted him and were like, "Hey, man, would you be interested in? Could we use the stuff you're sending in as a new campaign setting?" So he sends them 30 fucking cardboard boxes stuffed with maps, notes, creatures, fucking kingdoms, and all this shit. So, bam, pre-built setting, and that's Forgotten Realms. The idea was Earth and this other world were connected at one point, and all of our fantasy and myths and stuff like that came from these, quote, forgotten realms that are no longer connected to us. And that's why it's called the Forgotten Realms. And it's known to the people that live there just as the realms. And, and then there's Dragonlance, but that's Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman, and it's way more serious than Forgotten Realms. And I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to start reading something, Forgotten Realms, and I look, and one of the very first books out there, I don't mean, source books, novels, is called Azure Bonds, or Azure Bonds, I don't know, the blue, color blue, and it's a fun little story. There's it's a 3-part series. The first book is pretty fun. I mean, it's not the best book in the world by any means, but it's got fun characters. It's got an interesting premise. It's in the Forgotten Realms. They talk about Waterdeep, They have not mentioned Baldur's Gate yet, but, it's the same world. And that's one of the things I like about it is it's Forgotten Realms. It's all in the same thing. In fact, from what I understand, the main character of this book, Alias, who is ageless and undying, is still a going concern in the world of Forgotten Realms. So that's pretty fucking neat. I just like it. And, I kind of wouldn't mind playing in a Forgotten Realms campaign one day.
Yeah, you mentioned that because I fall into those wiki holes too. So, I was just trying to look at, the Baldur's Gate 3 map and where it compares to the Forgotten Realms, and it's a very small portion of the area that the game takes place in. But then also the character of Volo being one of the creators of a bunch of Forgotten Realms stories. That's his character.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's just fascinating to me.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what got me is the fact that Forgotten Realms is just so fucking sprawling across multimedia. And, and it was set up to be that way, Azure Bonds was the book, the RPG supplement, and a computer game, all released within, the same general window. So I just think this is all really neat. And, I'm glad to be playing D&D again. I love playing Strixhaven with everybody on Spooky Dice Bag. I would love to play a private Forgotten Realms game again with someone.
Hell yeah.
Maybe not Dragonlance. I've got the first of the I've got Dragon's of Autumn's Twilight downloaded, and I'm gonna read that next. But like, Forgotten Realms seems like there's more fun to it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even Baldur's Gate 3 has a sense of humor to it. There's like there's fun to it. And reading that book the first time, like 20 years ago, the Dragonlance book, I was just like, this is very serious.
And I enjoy Dragonlance.
And the thing is, I'll probably enjoy it when I start reading it. I just haven't read it in like 20-something years. I was working at Rose's last time I read it. So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
My thoughts on D&D is I had a thought earlier this week or so that I lamented the fact that, so I've been watching, and I'll get into it in my segment, but a lot of fantasy anime, and I'm very, very regretful that I never played a long-term campaign to really have, a high-level character. It was always, roll up a new character, either level 1 or maybe level 5 if, the DM wanted, slightly higher level of characters, play 1 or 2 sessions and then never go back to that character. So it was never a long ongoing campaign to have some character find all this god level gear and, stuff and be,
that's a problem.
A real badass.
That's a problem. Everyone we know that ran the games, they didn't have the stick-to-itiveness to keep it going.
Or, life happened and, people just kind of fell away.
Well, and most campaigns, they end at what, level 12 for most?
I don't know. I
said, it was never got past level 1 or 5. Maybe I did a level 10 game once.
Yeah, Strixhaven, I'm at level 9. And I started out at 5 or 6, I think. So it's actually moving along, and I'm enjoying it.
I had the thought that really an adult-oriented D&D game should really set up the games to where you're leveling, every adventure.
Isn't that what a milestone system would be?
Yeah. I mean, you should be at least, leveling like that, something.
Yeah. Mike, is Gretel digging the china behind you again? Jesus Christ. She's got a... Man, and she needs a chill.
Kitty got no chill.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
Yeah, you shouldn't be playing 5 or 6 adventures just to get a level.
No, I mean that makes sense. The game that I'm in, I came in at level 8 for my barbarian. I don't know how long this game's been going on. I don't quite remember, but. And then for the New Year's game, he had us roll level 11 villain characters. So,
right,
yeah.
Kevin, for your information, Gretel got in a box and could not get out of the box.
Fucking hell! Look, she is such a bimbo. It's a cat. I can call her that.
It's a box. Admittedly, it's a box full of other boxes, so she kind of got wedged in there.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
Well, that's so. Yeah, I've been knee deep in old school nerd shit lately, and God, it's comfortable. It's okay. Kit got me this really nice zip up sweater that makes me look like an old man when I wear my button down brim hat.
He looks very olive. Say 65.
Yeah, I look like I'm about to come in and start yelling about my discount.
He really needs to go to a Piccadilly lunch.
Yeah, Piccadilly is a cafeteria.
Yeah, Piccadilly cafeteria. Go there for lunch. Or
actually, I kind of want to do that now.
The lunch bar at a grocery store.
They don't have those
counter
anymore, Mike.
Yeah,
Kroger got rid of theirs, and that's the closest one.
I'm pretty sure they have.
We're in a food desert.
They have food there. They have food there.
Yeah, but you can't sit down and complain about the kids today anymore.
They got rid of the tables. They could still get it at the counter, though.
Yeah, but what's the point if you can't sit down and talk to other old men? Anyway, the point is, The way that reading about these old games makes me feel is like this sweater, but on the inside.
Oh.
So I'm really digging it,
Yeah.
It's fun to get back into this. Like
Newsflash: Kevin likes being old.
Go to hell.
I thought you said newsflash.
That's what I said. That's why I said it that way.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Fuck off.
I mean, it's not news to me.
No. Film at 11. But you'll be asleep by 10:30.
Yeah, shut up.
Dude, don't even joke about that. I went to bed at like 8 o'clock the other night.
Oh, you lucky son of a bitch.
I was just like, no, fuck it, I'm done. I'm done.
Look, I've been up since 8:30 today, so I'm probably going to drop off early tonight too.
You'll drop off when we're done with this.
We had in that's what I mean, but soon after. Now I won't be up till 4 in the morning. I can pretty much guarantee that. We had inventory this morning, so I'm Mikey tired boy.
Yeah. So I'm done. That's my thing.
Kevin is spent. He has shot his load into the hole.
God, I wish you would not do that when you host.
Are we renaming the podcast Distraction Spunk Bucket?
The
distraction load hole.
Oh,
God. I quit.
The distraction fleshlight.
Oh, fuck off.
The distraction used condom.
Sponsored by Bad Dragon.
Distraction Nookie Cookie.
Shut your pie hole. Let's move on. Mike, who's next?
Well, since I am a generous lover, David, what's in the barrel for us tonight?
I had a mouthful of drink when you said that. Fuck.
I was gonna talk about Marvel's big week this week.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, so obviously we're not counting Madam Web in this.
Oh, okay. Oh, dude, before you get started, our roommate saw that, and he said it was so fucking bad, it was amazing. Like, the villain sounds like Zorak.
Okay.
These girls kill me in the future.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, they sound like my mantis cuck.
I will watch it eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, Mike, we're gonna get it when it's out on digital, and I need to see it.
But no, like
right.
Obviously, like my conspiracy brain is telling me that Marvel timed these announcements because Madam Web came out and they knew the writing was on the wall for that.
Look, you know Marvel had to at least be able to see it early. They had to have. I'm sure there was some. If they didn't have any say in it, they at least could sway, a screening.
And you're not the first person to put that theory forward.
Yeah.
And so they saw this and they're like, okay, we need to get ahead of this.
Yeah. Oh, and also with the way that some of these releases are timing out, like it makes sense that now's around the time they would advertise them, but it was also like super fucking convenient that now was the time they advertised them. So obviously the first one is probably Deadpool and Wolverine. Trailer came out for that. What did you gentlemen think of the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer?
My chimichanga's hard.
Oh yeah, no, I am so excited for Deadpool.
Yeah, it's funny. On Valentine's Day, I watched both the Deadpool movies. Good.
The
good
second
fucking
one's
movies,
not
man.
as good, but it's still good.
But it's got Josh
still good,
Brolin as Cable.
Yeah, no. Now, I will say, I feel bad because the dude that played the general in the Avatar movies? He was campaigning real hard to play Cable.
Yeah.
And, like, he posted on Instagram, like, he had got himself all jacked up and, like, posted a picture of himself and said, it's time to lay some cable.
Well, he was already pretty fucking jacked up in Avatar.
But, like, he was like, trying to bulk up to, like, Liefeld levels.
Yeah.
And he didn't get it.
Yeah. Well,
I was like, ugh, that hurts.
But yeah, I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm glad we didn't really get a clear shot of Wolverine, or at least one of the Wolverines, because I saw at least two potential Wolverines in there.
I saw Patch.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be another actor playing Patch.
Which is fine. I think that's hilarious. And there, again, every Marvel movie that comes out, I really want Danny DeVito to show up.
Yeah.
I want him to play Patch.
Yeah, and Yeah, no, I thought the trailer was great, but I was going crazy for a couple of days because, like, I recognized Pyro immediately,
Oh
and
yeah,
all
yeah.
those
He's the
fucking
one that
YouTube channels
had
were like, and this mysterious person. It's like, no, it's fucking Pyro, you
It's
morons.
fucking Pyro, you dipshits.
I didn't recognize him, but I knew he looked familiar.
Yeah, see,
I
Aaron
didn't twig on
Stanford,
that.
I think. Stanford, the actor. See, I know him because he was in that TV version of 12 Monkeys, which is one of my favorite sci-fi shows. But he played Sneed in Picard Season 3, a Ferengi. And I
Oh
recognized
yeah,
him
the
there,
one
too.
that got killed.
Yeah, and I recognized him there, too. Like, there's something about that actor, like, I recognize
Yeah,
him.
isn't he the one that like Worf murderated the fuck out of?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was cool, and I like that. Like Pyro's outfit looks like a somewhat comic accurate and everything like that, and it's got a lot of Mad Max vibes to it.
It does. I like it.
Yeah, like
I-
they're in the void or whatever, and it's just all the survivors of the Purge Fox universes or something.
Well, I'm also just really happy to see the TVA, and the dude playing the TVA agent is the guy from Succession.
Yeah, Matthew McFadden.
Yes, I love that
See,
dude
I
so
knew
much.
him as Mr. Darcy.
Who?
Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice.
Okay.
Yeah, no, just because my mom used to watch a lot of those movies and that sort of thing, and like he was always Mr. Darcy.
Yeah, I'll tell you something about those sorts of movies during the break.
Oh, okay, all right. Well,
Yeah, I don't want to say it on the air. So.
no, that's fine. But no, I just it looks like a lot of fun. There's like some cool it looks like it hasn't lost its Deadpoolness.
Nope. It's just got more. It's got more Disney jokes.
Yeah. The pegging joke was really good.
Yep, the pegging joke was fun. But no, Marvel Jesus. I'm there. The minute he called himself Marvel Jesus, I was like, oh, it's the same.
Well, and there's
They
just
did brighten his suit up though.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm down for that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's like what they're doing with Spider-Man.
There's just a lot of cool little things that you catch, like when he salutes the video footage of Captain America. It's like, okay, it's Wade.
That is straight up from the comics. Like, he adores Captain America.
Yeah, I think Deadpool 3, it's like the only big Marvel movie coming out this year. That's the crazy part.
They haven't
so,
even
yeah.
started on the other movie we're gonna discuss,
yeah,
right?
yeah, but because this year it's they've got Deadpool and Wolverine, and then they've got a couple of shows, and that's it. Which I think is probably the best thing for them right now, is to kind of slow stuff
Sure.
down. Because I went and saw them. I didn't see the Marvels in theaters. I couldn't afford to at the time, but I caught it like the day it came out on Disney Plus, and I had a fun time. And it's sad that the movie bombed the way it did, because it's a fun fucking movie. I don't know. I think people are. I think people are a little like Marvel got big, and now it's the David and Goliath thing, where now it's like, oh, they need to be taken down to size or whatever, and it's like, you don't need an agenda. Just don't see the movies if you don't want to or anything. You don't need to root for them to fail. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, Deadpool looks fun. I'm excited. So
Yep, same here. I am really excited about Mr. Poole.
yep. So then, taking these announcements, I think the second announcement was the TV series. Am I right, Kevin? What was the TV series, or was the cast announcement?
Actually, I heard about the cast announcement first.
Okay, yeah. So we'll go with the cast announcement. So we have our Fantastic Four for the Fantastic Four movie.
I am so friggin' excited about this.
Yeah,
and I didn't think I was gonna be.
Like, if they do the Fantastic Four the way that I feel like they should do the Fantastic Four, it's gonna make me very, very happy. And like the cast to me says that. So for those who haven't been keeping up, our cast for Fantastic Four, which is due next year, is Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards.
Which I'm okay with. Some people are not. I am perfectly fine with that, because the only other person I wanted to play it is too old, and that is Stephen Colbert.
Well, you're just thinking of Dr. Richard Impossible from the Venture Brothers.
fuck off. That's the whole reason they had him play that character, because he would make would have made a perfect Mr. Fantastic.
But no, like the frustration with the Pedro Pascal thing is like, Hollywood gets these like sprees where like they cast the one actor and everything. Like it was previously like Chris Pratt.
Yeah, no, and I understand that, but this is Pedro Pascal and he's a fucking delight.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah.
Of course, Reed Richards is only as good as his Sue Storm, and that is Vanessa Kirby.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I've had to try to explain to people, if you've seen the last two, when we were watching the last two Mission Impossible movies, and she was in those, and I saw her, and the first thing I thought was she would make either a perfect Emma Frost or a perfect Sue Storm. And they got one of them.
Yeah.
And I'm happy.
Yeah, I think she's going to have a lot of chemistry with Pedro. Like, I can't really judge off of that announcement art they posted, but like the Reed and Sue vibes from that illustration of them is just like, no, that's exactly.
Also, I hope the costumes are like that. I really like it. It's a good look. It's that weird sort of British striped sweater thing, and I'm down for that, especially if it's a period piece like we think it is.
Yeah. Well, and then if we're talking about Sue Storm, we should talk about her brother Johnny Storm, who will be played by Joseph Quinn.
Okay, so I've seen the other two actors in this cast announcement in stuff before. But I don't know him from Adam's House Cat. So, but, I don't have negative opinions of him, so great.
Like, he looks the part if you look at the, the art, but, like, see, I know him as Eddie Munson from Stranger Things, the latest season of that.
Every time someone says that, I think they're going to say Munster.
Yeah, right? But no, he's like a heavy metal D&D nerd, like, in that show. It's very much like everybody fell in love with him. And he looks like he could be a good Johnny Storm. He looks like... What I'm excited about is he looks like he's old enough to be Tom Holland's contemporary, so we finally get, like...
A young Johnny Storm?
Well, yeah, but so that we could get, like, those scenes where Johnny and Peter, like, hang out.
Oh!
Like, I want to see, like, a scene in one of the movies where Peter's having a hard time and he's on the Statue of Liberty and Johnny shows up and they chat for a bit, and then that's all you see of Johnny in the rest of the movie. But like, I want those vibes.
Or he shows up and gives him shit.
Yeah.
Or oh my god, maybe in the next one they'll have the bombastic bag man.
Oh my god, that would be amazing if
they could. Fucking
Peter,
do the bag man,
because Peter used to be an Avenger. Maybe he's looking for a new team, so he tries to join the Fantastic Four.
And they're like, and just like in the comics, they're like, we're actually a non-profit.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
There's so much. Oh God, we're gonna have Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four in the same universe finally.
Like, and I hope we get some stuff with them. Like, the other thing is, unfortunately with Spider-Man, like, he goes well with everybody. So now that we've got Daredevil back, I'm waiting for Daredevil and Spider-Man.
Well,
I'm waiting for Punisher and Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, this is gonna be like, Mike. Do you remember back in the '90s where Spidey had 5 regular recurring titles?
Yeah,
and then would show up in everybody else's comic?
I think you're all missing the biggest one though.
What's that?
Fucking Deadpool and Spider-Man.
Oh God,
right?
Yeah, no.
Right? Well, then with the X-Men coming back, he could go teach at Xavier's school like he did for a while.
Oh, do you think we could get that great scene where he's arguing with Sauron about rewriting genes on the fly? I don't want to cure cancer. I want to turn people into dinosaurs.
I wish, like, they could produce as much stuff as I want.
Yeah, that's fair.
They can't. So, like, if I get, like, a Daredevil and Spider-Man crossover, or if I get a Fantastic Four Spider-Man crossover, I'll be happy. But
yep.
But just knowing that, like, they could be in the same universe.
We've got some good stuff ahead, hopefully. With that. But
our final actor, the ever-loving blue-eyed Thing, Ben Grimm will be played by Eben Moss Backrack. So
That's a name.
it's a fantastic name. That is an iconic name right there. So I know him as Cousin Richie in The Bear.
Okay.
Great character, but he was also in Andor. He played, I think it was Screen, who was the roguish guy who tried to betray the party.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, no, I know who that is. All right.
And then,
Yay,
and
I
then
know
in
him.
the Punisher show, he played Microchip,
Yeah,
Punisher's tech support guy.
I didn't really watch the show.
It was pretty
I
good.
did, but I can't remember.
It was pretty
much.
good. But yeah, like he's got like Ben Grimm vibes. It's going to be a shame that he's going to be mostly CGI because he's a very expressive actor. But like, if they can get some
They'll
of that,
probably do facial capture like they do with the Hulk.
yeah, I'm hoping that they can do that because like the guy, he's very talented. As someone who has watched The Bear a lot, he's like one of the main draws of the show for me. But he looks the part for a Ben Grimm, so I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, I did like in the artwork that behind Ben they had the portrait of him in the
NASA
astronaut
portrait
outfit.
Yeah. So and then of course we need to talk about Herbie being in the art.
Yeah, the most important thing is Herbie the robot is in that picture, god damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Mike, in the 60s or 70s, there was a cartoon by either Ruby Spears or Hanna-Barbera of the Fantastic Four. Now, unfortunately, at the time, they couldn't use the Human Torch because his rights were tied up in an independent animated series that didn't happen. Imagine that, Marvel having problems with their characters due to rights licensings.
No.
So, to replace the Human Torch, they just threw in this shitty robot named Herbie. And he looks kind of like one of those 80s robots, you know?
Is he a love bug?
No. But, so, as a thing, bringing something to Ben in that art is Herbie the robot. And I lost my shit over Herbie the robot being there.
It just seems like it's so perfect in tone with what I think they're aiming for with Fantastic Four.
Beep boop, can I bring you something? Yeah, no, it's gonna be real dumb, and I love it.
Yeah, and then I'm sure we'll get an inkling of who Doctor Doom is supposed to be. I don't think he's going to be the main villain, but I'm sure we'll know who's going to be Doom at whatever
there's
point.
There's a lot of speculation about who the villain of this movie is going to be. Like, some people are saying it's Rama Tut, which is Kang. Some people are saying it's going to be Galactus with the Silver Surfer, and I'm like, can we not do that this time?
I know who you want it to be, and I know the actor you want to play the character.
Okay? Can I say it on the show?
Do you want to say it, or should I guess?
Okay, Mike, I've already told you, right?
Maybe. I can't remember.
David?
Okay,
Go ahead, take your guess.
I think the character you want is Mole Man.
Uh-huh.
And I think you want Danny DeVito to play Mole Man.
You're a goddamn right. You know me very well, because who else could play the Mole Man?
John Ratzenberger, because he played basically the Mole Man.
The Underminer.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I just want Danny DeVito in every Marvel franchise. Is that so wrong?
No, not at all. Not at all. He's going to be very wrong.
Mike says yes, you say wrong. Or you say no. I kind of hope it's a Mole Man, but I also was saying, let's go for something weird nobody's ever done, like the Molecule Man. He's tied in with the Tesseract. And if it's taking place in 63, they could do that. We know where the Tesseract is.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a good plot device would throw the Richard Storm family into the negative zone for an adventure.
That'd be pretty cool.
And then when they get out, they're in the modern Marvel.
Yeah. And I will say, and that was my other thing, is that's how they get them into modern times. But if they do Galactus, I hope they have the Watcher, and I hope it's the one from What If.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
We should also mention the third announcement because we've been going on here.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Yes,
there was a third
trailer,
announcement.
the trailer for X-Men '97, which is the animated continuation of the 1990s X-Men cartoon.
Yep.
The show ended its original run in '96, and this is like just a basic continuation of it.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that they've recast a lot of the characters, but they sound exactly the same. But the original actors are in it as new characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, people's vocal cords change for sure.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. There's a few people, though, that are still playing their characters. Like, I believe Beast is still being played by the same guy. I don't know who else. But, Mike, what was your feelings watching that trailer?
I mean, it looked like it was the show again for better or for worse, you know.
There was just enough jank to the animation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very much a animation person. I do like when they do animation as good as it can be. I do wish it would looked a little smoother.
Yeah, like when I found out,
I don't think there's a reason for it to be janky other than nostalgia button smashing.
See, when I saw it, or when I heard they were doing X-Men 97, I was really hoping, I was like, oh, they can do the animation good this time. And then I saw the character designs, I was like, oh, they ain't. They're doing it old school. And then I saw the animation, I was like, it's better, but it's not good. And that's fine. It just looks
cheaper,
like the same series.
You know, they're saving some money there, so I can't fault them too much for that. And if it was a choice between not being made at all or, you know, being made with lesser quality but, you know, more affordable animation, sure, I can see that trade-off.
I don't know. I didn't think it looked too bad.
That's the thing. I don't hate it. I'm like, hey, look, it's X-Men 97. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it looked terrible, but I've seen better animation in Flash animations.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know about that, but
I do. But anyway,
I don't know. I don't know.
I like to spend a few bucks to get a couple more frames.
Well, can I talk about a couple things from it, or let's talk about a couple things from it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. First off, the basketball outfits.
That was weird.
I know exactly what they're doing. That is from a Jim Lee issue of. You remember when they gave Jim Lee his own X-Men comic?
Yeah.
Yeah, X-Men #1. You know, with a big double gatefold cover and all that. It was the X-Men Blue Team. In that one, Claremont wanted to do the baseball game, and Jim Lee was like, no, it's the 90s. They got to play basketball. And he drew them in all these extreme 90s outfits. And it is the outfits they are wearing when they confront Magneto in their horrid, over-the-top Nike ad outfits. I was like, I give them credit for sticking to their guns and going with the Jim Lee designs again.
They're iconic designs, man. Like, I love the Jim Lee outfits.
Yeah, no, that's like really kind of supplanted the stuff I grew up with, even. Like, you know, the head sock version of Cyclops.
Yeah, like the only thing that I like more than Wolverine's like 90s yellow and blue spandex is like the brown
suit.
Yeah.
I want the brown suit somewhere, damn it. I want a version of Hugh Jackman wearing that suit in this movie, in Deadpool. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to bring up, so there's this cool part which they showcase that the animation does look a bit better, where Wolverine's running with his claws out, and Gambit, like, jumps on his back, which I was like, well, that's kind of weird. And then he charges Wolverine's claws, you know? And they're like glowing pink purple. It's like, oh, they're going to be badass. I'm like, okay, two things. Number one, this is a video game move. Like, this is a Marvel versus Capcom combo move.
is it any more ridiculous than the fastball special between Wolverine
No,
and
absolutely
Colossus?
not. It is not. In no way.
I'd say a little bit because there's more implications here.
The other thing about that is, okay, so now they're going to explode. Because that's what Gambit's power is he kinetically charges things and they explode. Which, okay, yes, it's adamantium. It's not going to destroy the claws or his skeleton.
Maybe. You don't know for sure.
Number two, yeah, okay, he's got the healing factor. He can regenerate from one cell.
Still hurts.
That doesn't mean it's not going to hurt like a motherfucker and he's not going to, like, thread Gambit on a pool cue.
That, it's probably gonna like send him into a blind psychosis rage where he just like kills Gambit.
Yeah, no, and I'm down for it because I hate Gambit.
Aw.
I hate that character, dude. I've hated him since he debuted.
You hate his headwear.
There's just
Yes,
some really
okay.
hurtful X-Men opinions going on here.
I'm
That
sorry.
or you're just super jealous because Rogue won something.
I don't know. I'm used to being shit
That's
on.
also
I'm
fair.
used to being shit on because I'm a Cyclops fan.
Dude, I love Cyclops.
Yeah, Cyclops is my favorite. I'm looking forward to peak Cyclops content here.
I mean, Gail Simone can say whatever she wants. I like Cyclops. I like that Cyclops. I don't like what they've done to him in recent years, but like the Cyclops that set off, like used his optic blast, wiped out part of a mountain, and Wolverine just goes, every once in a while, Summers, I remember why you're in charge.
Well, and then also, like, judging by the trailer, the only one we know who canonically fucks is Cyclops.
Well, yeah, she's pregnant.
Yeah, Jean Grey.
I mean, Cable's
pregnant.
got to come from somewhere.
I remember I showed you some of those toys. So I'm curious if, like, we're going to get two Summers children.
I don't think so. I really think we're just getting the one because they're going to simplify this storyline.
Yeah. I'm also curious how all of this is going to be integrated into the MCU, because I'm almost wondering if, like, this season ends with, like, Deadpool
Oh, God.
coming into the show.
Only if it's Ryan Reynolds. Like, if they can get Ryan Reynolds, I say go for it. But otherwise, don't do it.
Well, I mean, they've got some good... who's the voice actor who does Deadpool most of the time for, like, the games and stuff?
Oh, God.
He's good. He's good at it and everything like that. But no, just like it'd be interesting if, like, this season of this show leads into, like, some of the events in the periphery of Deadpool.
Will Friedle played him in Ultimate Spider-Man?
No. Who's the one who did the voice for the Deadpool game? I think it was like Nolan
North.
Yeah.
It was Nolan North.
Yeah. But no, wouldn't that be interesting, though, if, like, Deadpool shows up and the Wolverine that he partners with in the movie ends up being the X-Men 97 Wolverine? Especially because we know he's going to be wearing the spandex.
Sort of. I don't know. And apparently Nolan North has played him more than anyone. So, if they get him, that's fine.
Yeah. I don't know, because then it's like, well, because every time the X-Men have started appearing in the Marvel movies, they've taken cues from the 90s show. When they mentioned the mutation in Miss Marvel, they played the da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? If Deadpool shows up, I hope it's original Rob Liefeld Deadpool. Like, the shitty one. The one before he was fun.
Yeah, all the pouches and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that's just like the merc with a mouth. He doesn't know he's in a comic book. He's just, like, really annoying, and everyone's trying to break his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, because then in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, we had the fucking gold chair for Professor X.
Oh, yeah, no, I was really excited about that.
And then, did you ever see or Captain Marvel or the Marvels?
I didn't.
Do you know about the post-credit scene?
I know. I saw the post-credit scene, though, which, you know what? Big credit for who they got to voice that character.
Yeah. Well, and I keep wondering if that's, like, they're going to take the X-Men 97 universe and make, just move it wholesale into the MCU. Like, just everybody's moved over and the timeline has changed a little bit, or... I don't know, man.
I don't
It's
know.
wild.
I really don't know.
It's a lot of stuff to consider, and hopefully Deadpool will kind of clear up some of that.
Well, if the one thing we know for sure is he can kill everybody and they can just start over from scratch.
What's going to be great is when they do the next Avengers movie, like Deadpool's going to get the only F-bomb.
That's true.
Yeah, it totally makes sense for the character. He's the only one who gets to he's the only one who gets to say fuck.
Yep.
Yep.
Also, can we talk about the fact just how hard Cyclops saying to me my X-Men hit?
Oh my god, I loved it.
Like, that was like Xavier's first real line in the comics. So like anytime somebody says that, it kind of means something.
Yeah. No, when I heard Cyclops go to me, that's why I got really excited, because like, okay, no, as a Cyclops fan, I'm gonna finally be getting what I want.
Yeah.
After a long time. So.
Yep.
But yeah, that was Marvel's big week, and that's about all I have right now. So.
Okay.
Okay, so do we need to take a break?
Yeah, I think we should probably take a break.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll
Let's
take
do
a
that.
break and we'll be back with me, and then we'll wrap this up.
All
We
right.
got stuff. Back in a minute. Hi everyone, this is Kevin from Supernatural Selection. Are you an independent creator? Do you have a webcomic or an Etsy store? Do you 3D print things? Or are you just looking to get some word out for your Discordian cabal with social terrorism? Well, we'd love to help. And David, I believe you've got some details about how we can help.
Why, certainly. If you go to supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, that is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, you can learn how to advertise with us.
That's right. I believe the rate is $2 per episode. You can't beat that with a stick.
I mean, trust me, we've tried.
Yeah, that's cheap. That's literally cheaper than dirt.
Mm-hmm. And best of all, if you're not sure how to write an ad, we'll do it for you. We'll even record it.
Absolutely. Just let us know what you need in the ad, and we'll be happy to do that for you.
And again, that URL is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact.
And now, back to the show.
And we have returned.
Da-da!
So, like I said at the top of the show, I've been watching a little too much fantasy anime.
Mike, have you been weebing it up?
I've been so weebing it up, and not just not just weeb in general, just specific forms of weeb. So I'd already talked before. I think that I'd been watching Dungeon Meshi and Freyren Beyond Journey's End. So I'm continuing to keep up with those. Still enjoying them. Not much to say of those other than, they're great shows in their own different ways. If you want to know how to cook monsters, Dungeon Meshi. Or
Okay.
Delicious in Dungeon, as it's known in
The
on
States.
Well, yeah, that's what it's called on Netflix. But I'm a weeb, so I have to call it its real name.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
I also knew it before in its manga form. Even though I didn't read it, I knew of it for so long. So I can't call it the American name. But I also started a new show because those I've caught up with, I'm watching them week to week, and that just sucks because you're, waiting on 2 episodes every week. So
Yeah.
I started watching one that I had heard of before, but I didn't really know much about. And it's a little anime called Goblin Slayer.
Oh, boy.
And wow, was I... So, Freyren and Dungeon Meshi are both very, lighthearted, even though they're kind of like... Freyren's very moody, but I don't think it has really high stakes.
It's melancholy.
Yeah, it's... You don't feel like the characters are in much danger. Whereas Goblin Slayer, that right off the bat, you're presented with these characters and 90% of them die.
Dude, I could talk about Goblin Slayer with you for hours, man. I fucking love Goblin Slayer.
I mean, I enjoy it, I enjoy it once the actual, party gets together. But at first I was like going, oh, they're dead and they're getting raped and eaten. Oh God.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Don't they the fuck?
So here's the thing. Goblin Slayer, definitely not a feel-good story.
I mean, it
gets there. It gets there when like the very autistic main character kind of starts opening himself up to other experiences. Yes.
Yeah.
But
it's definitely has a lot more stakes. Like the goblins, which are kind of traditionally, and even in this show, are seen as kind of like low stakes enemies, turn out to be pretty fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Like what normally, in an RPG would be, say, level 5 and under enemies. They're like wrecking your shit. I mean, some people are obviously going to die to the level 5 enemies.
but
this show is
so many.
It's very definitely taking the RPG mechanics and like stretching them into real life.
You know what this sounds like? It sounds like a campaign being run by a dungeon master I used to have that completely obeys the dice.
No,
it is. It is very much that. Oh yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I'm pretty much convinced that whoever wrote it based on a campaign they did. It just has that kind of authentic, this is characters and this is kind of how it might not be exactly
like
how
Record
the
of
campaign
Lodoss
was.
It's based on a 2d6 system that the author played, from what I recall.
And no, Kevin, more like the D&D movie.
Oh yeah, man, I love that movie so much.
Yeah, it has like it just, I don't know, just something about it feels like it was played through.
Yeah, the way that like spells are handled, where they have to like before they move into an encounter, like, well, how many spells do you have left?
Yeah, it just has a lot of like game mechanic.
Not to jump back on mine, that's actually one of the things I like about this Forgotten Realms book I'm reading, is there's like okay, I can't do anything else for the rest of the day. I gotta study my spells for tomorrow.
Yeah. You should watch Goblin Slayer, Kevin, just especially knowing going into it that bad things happen at first.
The first episode is very rough just because it's trying to establish that shock value.
Whatever characters survive the first episode, you're obliged to get attached to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
How far are you into the show now?
So I'm on season 2. I think I just watched episode 8, something like that.
Did you watch the OVA?
Season 2. I watched the movie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The Goblin Crown or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. I very much really like Goblin Slayer. Really, really good. Really good.
Yeah. And yeah, like David said, the main character, I guess, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of, is he the main character? Is the priestess the main character? It's kind of hard to say. They're both kind of main characters. But the Goblin Slayer. So it's also another weird thing is that nobody really has names here. Like they don't have like a name. They're called just their title or whatever. They're like elf archer or, priestess. But Goblin Slayer, he's got some trauma there.
He's like a cool fucking character, though. The way that, you could tell it's like this is a very clever player who knows the mechanics of the game inside and out.
Yeah, if this was based on a player, this player, really, rules lawyered and, did some creative figuring out. Like, he's like one of those people that would, say, I'm trying to think of an example, but, they'd bring, a bunch of supplies that seemed random, but then all of a sudden, build a catapult in the middle of a dungeon or something like that.
You can do what with a scroll?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. And then, of course, like the brutality of like seeing the goblins get their shit wrecked is very satisfying.
Yeah, it is. It is a very graphic show.
Yeah,
Like, the goblins get stabbed in their face.
Jesus.
And
it's
the
also
characters
weirdly
get
wholesome
stabbed
too.
sometimes. Oh no, yeah, there's really good interaction between the all the characters. Like even like just the kind of side adventures, there's like some growth there.
Yeah, the spear guy.
Spear guy and
Yeah.
big sword guy.
This is actually kind of making me want to go back and start back on Legend of Vox Machina.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, that's
I like
a fun
that.
one.
Hopefully season 3 comes out soon.
Yeah, like if you can get through the first, the way that I think about Goblin Slayer is if you can get through the first episode of it, you should be fine. Kind of like if you can get through the first episode of Don't Tease Me, Miss Nagatoro, you'll be fine because those first episodes are very much kind of like the litmus test to how much you can handle, I think.
And I think it's also, you have to kind of have an open mind in the first episode because just if you have too many expectations, you might get turned off. Like, that's why I say if anybody, is listening to this, just, that first party adventurers don't get attached.
Now
They
you've mentioned one of my favorite animes, which is Goblin Slayer. I love Goblin Slayer. Have you tried Overlord?
I sounds familiar.
The main character is a skeleton sorcerer.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'd be very curious to, because
Yeah, no,
I've been
I have
reading
not.
the light novels. That's how into Overlord I am. I've been reading the translated light novels.
It looks
Give that a
familiar.
try. Tonally, it's very similar to Goblin Slayer.
Yeah, I do not think I've seen this though.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I'd remember the skeleton guy.
I'd be curious. I'd be curious about what your thoughts are.
Okay, I think it's just because I've seen it around a lot. The art looks familiar.
There's like 3 different skeleton anime I'm watching right now.
Jesus, dude, what the
Because
fuck?
there's Overlord.
Look, we're not talking about kinks for the whole show.
No.
David's in
Just
the
for some
bone
reason,
zone.
there's like this sub-genre of just like, I've been turned into a skeleton. So,
Yeah,
Like, can I just say I heard your joke about David's in the bone zone, and I appreciate it. Okay, I don't want that to get.
that's what the
I don't want
genre
that
should
to
be
slip
called.
I
by.
haven't even touched Diablo in a week. Thank you very much. No, but so there's that, and then there's Skeleton Warrior in Another World or something like that, which is a lot more comedic. And then just recently there was the Undead Unwanted Adventure, and I'm watching that week to week. So
Okay. Here is a quick question though. A lot of people watched like Thundercats or something, and they got like turned into a furry. Did you watch Skeleton Warriors at a formative period, or
no, I think I just watched the Skeleton Dance Disney animation way too much as a kid. No, I don't know. I don't know, man. Skeletons
I'm
are cool.
fucking with you, dude. I'm
No,
fucking with you.
He
Fuck
had a
off.
sexual-
Skeletons are cool.
He had a
it's
sexual
cool.
awakening to Skeletor, Kevin. Come on.
Yeah,
No,
rub
He-Man.
my bone,
I
He-Man.
mean, I don't know, man. I can't explain it. Like, I'm a goth kid at heart. There's something cool about like I'm a skeleton. Blah.
I don't know. I like my skin too much to be a skeleton.
I don't know. Like, if I were to be if I were to be isekai'd into a RPG setting, I would probably, if you had to be isekai'd into a monster form, I would probably be a skeleton. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if it's a sexual thing or what.
The most ironic thing though is a skeleton doesn't have a penis, therefore he can't bone.
Yes, truly sad.
Because the wang is a
All he's got to do
lump of
is
flesh.
take a leg bone, stick it in the pelvis bone, and pretend.
Yeah, but he won't get any pleasure from it. He'd just be like, it would be like a bony strap on.
Yeah,
There's a lot he can't do, but you do
I
it
don't
anyway.
know why there are so many skeleton-based anime that I'm watching and I am enjoying them. I just don't understand it. It's just a thing.
skeletons are metal, and like you said,
Yeah, that's
goth
also
kids
really true.
like metal skeletons.
Yeah, no, I mean, like if I were say 15 in the 90s and a skeleton anime came out, I would be watching the fuck out of a skeleton anime.
I don't know. I was just never that into skeletons.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd at least check it out.
I mean, I had plenty of skull shirts and stuff, but just wasn't into skeletons.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
No,
Judge
and
me.
I'm not.
Stop judging
I'm
me.
not. I don't mean to shame you. Realistically,
We're not going to bone shame you, man.
yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just there's 3 of them out right now, and they're very fun.
And let's see. So, and the only other thing I've been doing, I haven't played in the last couple of days, but started playing. So, there's been a lot of forever about Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So that wasn't out on Game Pass. So instead, I decided to play the remake of the first Yakuza.
Okay.
So I played a good bit of that. Need to get back to it. I'm enjoying it, even though I'm not very. I had to set it to easy because I'm not very good at the Punchman's games.
The Punchman.
Yeah. I did that not knowing that the Like a Dragon games are RPG.
No.
Yeah, I did not know that until I watched the Donkey review of Like a Dragon.
Oh, that video was amazing.
Yes, it is. that you just capture enemies like Pokemon and use them like you have greased up slidey dudes.
Is this
or
Power
the entire
World?
or the entire Sega Bass fishing game inside the game?
It has two different. Kevin has 2 different styles of fishing game. You can play the Sega arcade bass game.
I know. Or
Or
you can actually play a fishing
mini
mechanic.
game.
Yeah.
That's not as good apparently as the Sega bass game arcade.
They probably put the mechanic in there. Somebody said this is nowhere near as fun as the Sega Bass Fishing, and they're like, why don't we just put that in?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, quick interruption, completely unrelated to anything. There is a documentary about Robert Willie Picton on Amazon called The Pig Farm that I'm going to have to watch. Yeah. So if you're into Canadians that kill ladies of the night and feed them to pigs, that's your movie.
Now imagine if they made an anime about that.
No, God.
And then they come back as skeletons.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm a sexy skeleton girl now. Look at me. Sorry. that was
Hashtag no
weird.
sexual. I don't know how to explain this to you.
I know it's not, but I'm a horrible human being. You have to understand this.
But yes, so to just completely skirt around that, while the first Yakuza isn't as silly as Infinite Wealth, it is still not a very serious game. It is full of melodrama. Like it, it's hard to get nuance for something, in another language, but it feels like it's just like it is a bad Yakuza melodrama show in game form.
Yeah.
And the amount of side games is still pretty nuts. Like you can, go bowling or go slot car racing.
Yeah,
or,
I remember watching Donkey play that game and the whole
there's Sega
slot car
arcades
racing.
that you go in and can play the claw game and
goddamn.
yeah, it's just
It's funny you mention Yakuza because I've been watching Tokyo Vice. Have you seen that at all? It's good. It's a HBO series. It's about like the Yakuza in the late 90s.
I think
give that a
one
try.
of my discords was talking about it recently. In there.
It's got Ken Watanabe, so there you go.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I like him. He needs more work.
Ansel Elgort. however you
That's
pronounce his
certainly a name.
Yeah.
That is a fucking name.
It's pretty dope. It's especially if you know a little bit about like Japanese culture through osmosis. Like whenever they go through the areas where like there are the different host clubs and they got the host clubs for the women, the host clubs for the men, and everything like that.
Right.
It's fun.
Oh yeah, in Yakuza, just there's lots of host clubs. Like when you go to prison for 10 years and when you come out everything's different. You're like, host clubs for women? What the hell? Because, they were just strip clubs before, I guess. And I think you get out of prison in 2001 or something like that, and you went into prison in the 90s.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
That's certainly. What the fuck is an internet?
Now, what are you playing it on? PC?
yes, Game Pass.
Oh, it's on
PC
Game Pass, so I can. Oh, yeah. I might boot that up tonight. Get that downloaded.
Yeah, in fact, after I started playing Infinite Wealth, about a week after it released, it came out on Game Pass as well. So you can play all the Yakuza games on Game Pass.
Yeah, because the one I was playing was the one set in the late 1800s.
Yeah.
Which
that's right. We had
cool.
talked about that.
It's cool as hell, but I kind of want to play the more modern gangster shit. Neat. I like Game Pass.
Yeah, it definitely comes in handy.
I'll sign back up for it at some point. Actually, I need to sign up for it and see how Starfield runs on my system just to vindicate myself for upgrading the system.
Yeah, and then never play it again, because the less said about that, the better.
Yeah, I'll play it and then immediately launch Skyrim.
My hope is it's going to end up being like Skyrim in the sense that 20 years down the line, there's been a bunch of stuff that's been added to it that makes it feel better.
Man, I hope somebody can fix it, because Bethesda's not going to fix it.
The fundamentals are okay. It's just it's so
for what was supposed to be Todd Howard's magnum opus game, he left it so unfinished.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a lot of the YouTubers are saying, being a big game doesn't matter. Just because it's procedurally generated doesn't mean what it's generating is fun.
Yeah, if it's a procedurally generated planet, but it's the same 5 landmarks over and over again.
Yeah, there is that problem, but I don't know. I think they could have done better, but I don't know. I'm not a game designer, so I can't say exactly how. I can make some stabs at it.
From what I gathered, it was supposed to be a lot more hardcore in the sense of you needed to have outposts to get the fuel to be able to travel further out.
But then they decided to.
Yeah, because the outpost thing, it's neat, but it serves no real purpose to anything. When I was playing, so when I went through my second playthrough after to do the New Game Plus thing, it was well, I'm not going to really bother with an outpost because it doesn't help with the progression of anything. I don't know. It's frustrating because I was really rooting for that game.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah.
I think all of us were, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Fallout. I like space stuff, so I thought, hey, this will be awesome.
Fallout in space.
I've loved everything by them I've played in the modern era, and then this, the little bit I played, I was I don't know how I feel about this.
I hate it.
I think the best thing that we're going to get out of it is a YouTuber making a 6-hour documentary about all the development trouble that resulted in Starfield.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. There's this YouTuber I watch, and his big thing is he does videos deep diving into secrets and lore and shit on Bethesda games. His name's the Epic Nate. Mm-hmm. And he does mysteries of Fallout, mysteries of Skyrim, and ESO. And he did a intro video to his series on Starfield, and there has never been a follow-up video.
Fuck. Shit.
Yeah, he just dropped that and did another Skyrim video.
There is an expansion set to come out, so I figure, I'll give it a try once the expansion's out. Although, if you're looking for a game for the three of us to play together, Diablo 4 joins Game Pass, next month.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I may
March.
give that a shot.
Just run around and just, blow some shit up.
Murder! Yeah.
I know.
I haven't played Diablo a lot, but I may give it a shot with you guys.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
man.
I'd like to played on PC. I had Diablo 3 on a Switch. Well, I'll still have it on the Switch.
That's what I
Dude,
played
the
on
Switch
the
version of Diablo 3 was so much fun. Because I had it on...
I did enjoy it.
Yeah, because I had it on PC, but like I bought it again for the Switch, and there's just something about being able to play it on the Switch, like, was great.
On the TV machine.
Or playing it in the handheld mode. There's something great about it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I feel like I cut you off there, Mike.
That's okay.
Oh, no. Now
Like
that
you
makes
said-
me sound like an asshole.
No, but
No.
I was going to say, but you said that, and now it made me think, well, I have it on Game Pass, but then I can't play it on my Steam Deck.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have to get it from, play it on my Steam Deck.
That's a good point.
Even though I don't really play my Steam Deck that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only game I was playing recently, because I haven't had much time for gaming, but I was doing Persona, was it 3? Reload? Yeah, I think it was Persona 3 Reload. That's what I was on, and I need to get back into that, because that's a fun fucking game. Yep.
Never been a Persona person.
It's fun.
Yeah,
It's Game Pass, man. Might as well install it and try it.
Yeah, sure. But then again, that kind of comes back to RPG stuff, which never really tickled my fancy. I've played some turn-based RPGs. I definitely jive more with action RPGs than turn-based.
Yeah, I can feel you on that.
Maybe I ought to play some with the with either no fail or whatever the super easy mode, so I could just get the story stuff and the exploration.
Well, what I like is
without having to do.
I like the turn-based RPGs that have like the action elements to them, like the Paper Mario series. How you have to do those button presses and stuff.
Whoa. Sorry.
Kevin,
We'll cut that out. Jesus.
Kevin over here trying to inundate us with.
Sorry, I was going through Plex, and nobody else is going to hear that because it's on the isolated track. But goddamn, sorry about that.
I'm leaving it in.
I don't remember.
I'm leaving it in.
Now I'm trying to remember what I was about to say before that happened. What were we? What were we saying? What were you guys
I mentioned
talking
Paper
about?
Mario, like the
okay.
turn-based with the little action elements.
I fucking adored Super Paper Mario on the Wii. That was such a good game.
Yeah, that's a fun one. Like, I've never played a Mario RPG where I haven't had fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, I want to play Mario RPG on the Switch, but, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's the Nintendo premium price for...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, Mike,
Yeah.
we need to get a copy of Record of Lodoss War, speaking of your fantasy anime, because every time I've ever tried to watch that, I've gotten it on DVD or VHS a couple of times, and people have been like, hey, can I borrow it? And then I either got stolen or they sold it. So,
Yeah.
I would love to actually finish that for once.
I need to track down that Fire Emblem anime that they made in, like,
Oh, did they
90s.
do one?
Yeah, like in the 90s.
Oh, wow.
When Fire Emblem was just still, like, a very Japanese thing.
When everybody played Smash Brothers and was like, what the fuck is a Marth?
Oh, this was before. And the funny thing was, I knew about Fire Emblem before Smash Brothers because Hollywood Video, there must have been a weeb on staff because they had a bunch of VHS tapes of different anime, and one of them was Fire Emblem.
Oh, God bless the 90s weebs.
It was
Like,
that,
'cause-
Trailer Park Boys, and Mystery Science Theater VHS tapes.
Hell yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, man. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So I brought this up on Supernat because I'm a friggin' idiot, but I have gotten so into pulling up old Comedy Channel stuff on YouTube. Like, there's a full episode or two of the Higgins Boys and Gruber on there. Which the Higgins Boys and Gruber was actually originally co-created by Joel Hodgson and Trace Beaulieu. So MST adjacent. And I don't know. It's just kind of fun to go back and watch all that shit because it had such a DIY feel to it. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, whoever was in charge of the Comedy Channel, nobody really gave a shit, so they could do whatever. Sorry.
No, we kind of, ended up hijacking Mike's portion.
Yeah, sorry,
okay.
Mike.
No,
what else you got?
No, that's it. That was it. I was done. Why do you think I just kept not saying anything?
I don't know, because you're tired or we're a bunch of assholes over here?
I was pretty much done. After y'all get done talking.
We were just free associating from topic to topic.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, while we were on here, I did go and buy a bolt gun on Steam. The Warhammer 40,000 Doom clone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, why not?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mike, have you got a game for us?
Jeez, I've been so wrapped up, I didn't really come up with one. Let's see, what can I come up? Looking around the room, I don't see anything that's helping.
What if we play Fuck, Marry, Kill with the hosts? No, I'm kidding.
I'm looking for a gun.
I fuck David, I marry Mike, and I kill myself.
Whoa. Just because I'm the most desirable?
Myself.
I see an alien's pulse blaster. I'm gonna get Kevin with.
Okay. No. Do we want to play Never Have I Ever?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I did not come up with a alternative.
We can do the one word at a time story thing.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, we'll just count off the. We'll try to hit a certain number of words if that works.
Or we do it until
there's like an actual endpoint.
Until we finally go, this is wrong.
Never have I ever kissed a fish.
Glug glug.
Yeah,
what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah, what do we do? Do we drink or do we say no? We haven't. I literally have never kissed a fish.
Yeah,
I know. I don't know. I was just thinking,
I've really gone to town on some seafood, but I don't know if that's the same thing.
Though.
I don't know.
Wow. This is quality podcasting.
This is quality. This is what you get when Mike is unprepared. Always.
And Mike's a rum and coke down for the night already.
It's worn off by now. I'm just I'm just grasping at straws here.
Hey, can I ask a question that may not be a game, but we can at least answer?
Sure, that's a game.
All right. So you can have one giant robot to take you've been challenged to a duel by an alien race that has a giant robot mech thing, and you get to choose one famous giant robot to take into battle against it.
Lion Voltron.
God damn it. Okay, that was quick. All right, that's your choice. So what are you taking into battle, Mike? Give us why is it Lion Voltron?
Because it's badass.
Okay, do you have other pilots with you to help? So you have other people on the screen, or is it just you in the center and a bunch of the backs of seats?
I'm sure I would need more than just me. I don't think Lion Voltron would work with fewer than 5 worthy.
I'm going to assume Kevin and I are there, so that's 3 of us. Who are the other 2 you're adding?
I don't know.
Who's worthy to join our Voltron?
Scott's one of them.
Who from the Discord?
Oh. Damn. Wow. From the Discord. That's a good question. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I'm looking at the Discord. No. I'm looking at the Discord, and I'm going to pick out some other people for Mike. Let me get in general here so I can see everybody.
Or
just send a message, who wants to be in a Voltron, and then whoever replies.
You know what? The film gauge, because he's here already. And, oh, Mike. How about Yakub?
I mean, don't we need at least one lady?
Oh, well, then obviously Dusty.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
all I know is I'll form the head.
Hell yeah. Ba-ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da. Okay. David, how about you? What giant robot are you taking?
Okay, thank you for repeating the question because I got lost there for a sec.
Yeah, what giant robot are you taking into battle against the aliens?
I'm just gonna send the Iron Giant out.
Really?
I mean, he was pretty powerful. Like, it took a nuke to take him out, but it never really took him out.
And he reformed at the end of the movie.
He's powered by probably nuclear energy.
Yeah, or that, or Temperature 28.
No, he's powered by a Vin Diesel engine.
Superman.
Yeah. God damn it. This is the
Iron
best thing he
Giant's
ever
great,
did.
man.
I don't know. I came across something that could give it a run for its money. It was Vin Diesel doing a toy promo.
Street Sharks.
One of those
Street
Sharks.
We all know the Street Sharks video.
I didn't know it until like Thursday. I've never seen it before.
That's funny. Like, I don't, it's one of those things I never think about, but when you showed me, I was like, oh,
Weird,
yeah, this
we've
is a
talked
Street
about it on the
Sharks video.
podcast at some point.
I don't know if we have.
I'm having a deja vu, vivid recollection of mentioning this Vin Diesel Street Sharks commercial at some point on this show.
I don't remember it.
Oh man, I don't know. Maybe it's the Matrix glitching out or something, but or maybe I end up talking about that a lot more than makes sense.
Maybe.
It's a pretty dope commercial. Like, it gets me into Street Sharks.
He's certainly enthusiastic about Street Sharks.
Yes.
In the video.
Or then, he's probably healthy.
Yes, definitely. And afterwards, he just went home, pulled that sweaty tank top off, and was like, man, I need to play some D&D. I wonder if I can get a hold of Judi Dench.
Triple X, a return of Xander Cage.
Triple X gonna give it to you. Okay, now who am I taking into battle? And you know what? I'm gonna say Megas XLR.
Hell yeah.
Because first off, I know how to drive a car. And number two, cartoon logic applies. Again, my favorite thing from Megas XLR was when somebody yelled, fire all the missiles, and Coop hit a button that said all the missiles. And then later, in the same episode, they're fighting, and the only way to kill the thing is missiles, and he hits another button that says all the other missiles. And I'm like, that's the kind of logic you need to beat the aliens. It's just like a bunch of cartoon logic buttons that can destroy your enemy.
Remember how Bruce Campbell played like a MODOK type?
A giant chin, yes.
Yeah. That's a good show, man.
Yeah, do you remember there were giant alien robots voiced by Peter Cullen and Frank Welker?
That's right.
Yep. There was a lot of good jokes in there, and I found out, do you know why you will never see that show again?
Why is that?
Because in a bizarre prophetic incident in the 2000s, Warner Brothers did it as a tax write-off.
Oh, yeah, they did the same thing with Symbionic Titan.
Yeah, you will never see either of those shows because they were a tax write-off.
Wait a minute. So you telling me Warner's been doing this for that long?
Oh, yeah, it's just they've gotten, like, big time into it lately.
Wow.
Yeah, Mike, I think we need to sail the high seas and see if we can find that Megas.
I think you shouldn't talk about this on a podcast.
Well, we're talking about going on the reservoir and seeing if we can find a DVD set floating on the water. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about actually, sailing on a boat.
Did you ever figure out a game, Mike?
That was the game.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Mike couldn't figure out a game, so I took the initiative. Oh, this is great. Mike, you got anything else, or what are we doing here?
I don't know. What are we doing here? What are you laughing about?
I'm sorry. This is just it's always fun.
You're just, I don't know. I think that was uncalled for. It hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry.
My incompetence is funny to you.
It's not incompetence.
It
it's
is
chaos.
incompetence.
It's a delightful character flaw that enriches our conversations.
Yeah, that's what my third grade teacher said.
Really? I can't say what mine called me.
I believe she said it in not so many words. The words I believe she used was needs to put forth more effort.
Oh, your teacher?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, because mine used an R word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kevin, you went to school in like a chicken house and
No, I didn't.
You know, you were a real ravioli head.
No, my elementary school where they did that was in Vicksburg. It was called Halls Ferry Elementary, and it was like a fucking prison.
Like, that's what I'm saying is that, Kevin, I don't think your teachers went to college for teaching.
I don't think they went to elementary school for learning. Anyway.
The stories you've told me about that school, they need to be like, if they are even like 5% true, those teachers need to be like prosecuted for like, I don't know, war crimes. I don't know, something.
You know, the one thing I'll say is I'm just glad they tore it down and turned it into a Walgreens.
Oh yeah, so there's no evidence. Okay.
Well, that's just a building. I mean, you could be glad about that, but you got to think those teachers went on to continue to teach other kids.
Actually, most of them were old, and I like to think they're all dead now.
Well, yeah, they're dead now. Obviously, it's been fucking 40 years. But I'm saying at the time they probably got another, decade of teaching in them. Probably.
Welcome to the trauma hole.
Yeah.
Oh. Mike, have you got a positive impact from Haitian? Wait, David, do you have any birthdays?
Oh shit, I didn't even look. Do we want to bother with that?
Actually, we've got more. Well, I guess not. Mike?
Well, I'll look. Mike comes up with his positive affirmation. I know it's going to take him about 10 minutes to figure that out.
Hey, I already got it.
Oh, shit.
So I could come up with one quicker
Damn,
than that game.
son. David, you wrong for that.
Oh, I got birthdays.
Okay.
Okay, Molly Ringwald.
Really?
John Travolta, oh my god.
Oh my god,
wow.
Mr. Carter.
70 years old.
Oh, wow. And still in the closet.
Ren Schmidt, who Mike and I would know from For All Mankind.
Oh, yeah.
Ren Schmidt. I
Yeah,
was like,
she
no, it's
plays
Ren
Margot.
Hoek. It's Ren Hoek. He was a asthma hound chihuahua.
Matt Dillon.
Really? God, that's a name I haven't thought of in ages.
Sybil Shepherd.
Oh, wow.
John Hughes.
Damn. There's some people I've heard of this week.
Mm-hmm. Jack Palance.
Oh, wow.
I crap bigger than you.
George Kennedy.
Oh, George Kennedy from
Hey.
Naked Gun.
Julie Strain. All right.
Oh, dang, son.
Yeah, so there we go. Got the birthdays in. Fuck you. Oh, no, hey, Vanna White.
Hey, happy birthday, Vanna. How do you not look your age?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I got birthdays in. That was quick. Oh, shit, Dr. Dre? Hey, I almost forgot about Dre.
Nice.
Okay, I'm good. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, then. Let's see. I guess that's it for us.
Yep.
We've mined this distraction hole for all the gold that it has. We have lost many canaries and children in the mines.
40 miners died in the collapse in this episode alone.
We've gone back to our families, but we will carry the black lung forever.
This show is the Mary Ellen... No, it's not. This show is the Edmund Fitzgerald podcast.
So, with that being said, good night, everybody. And does anybody else have any final words they want to say?
Like, is
Don't
this your
forget to-
positive affirmation? I don't know what's going on here.
I'm getting to it.
He's getting to it. That's the
okay.
last thing he's going to say, dude.
Yeah.
Give him a minute.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
But
Just making sure we got like all the T's and I's crossed and dotted and everything.
don't forget to listen to the... God damn it, we're on the distraction hole. Don't forget to listen to Supernatural Selection, our other show, where we talk about the weirdest shit. We recently did one about yokai, which I had a lot of fun doing with
It's
David
like
and Mike.
every 3 weeks. Wonder what's up with that. Okay, yeah, I'm good.
Okay, well, with that, I'm going to say our positive affirmation this week is the light at the tunnel. I can't even get it right. To quote Marrowsmith, the light at the end of the tunnel may be you. Good night.
That's a really nice one, Mike.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, sweet.
And it's from fucking Marrowsmith. Who knew?
Yeah.
Good night.
Did you say Marrowsmith? Is this another
Yeah.
skeleton anime?
Okay, now
It's a skellomancer.
you need to play a lich. Name him Marrowsmith.
Oh my God! There you go, David.
He's a
That's your character if you come to Spooky Dice Bag.
I thought that was going to be my... I was literally going to do a skeleton bard for Pathfinder, so...
Oh my God! Perfect.
A lich necromancer called Marrowsmith.
I love it.
There you go.